Dawson Sutton joins us. Dawson, pleasure to have you on. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. As we've had quite a slew of your Team Hornaday development driver teammates along here over the last month or so, and great to have you here. So jumping right into things, first off, for the listeners listening, tell us a little bit about how you got the racing bug and how you got your foot in the door and started running here for Team Hornaday.
Yeah, for sure. So actually, I started racing only a year and a half ago. I started racing because my dad started sponsoring a NASCAR truck 4 years ago in the truck series, Clay Greenfield. And then 2 years after that, my dad actually decided to start his own team with a guy named Willie Allen. And then they decided to get me a legend car, actually. And then I started running the whole year last year in the legend car side of things and doing the iRacing stuff, and just that's how I started.
Talk about a grassroots start. That's for sure. That's pretty cool.
You talk about iRacing in your young career. It's only been a handful of years. How much has that helped in your development on the real track?
Man, it's crazy how much it actually helps. Some people say it doesn't help them that much, but for me, I play it probably 5 to 6 hours a day every day. Honestly, hopping on there, just practicing for all the tracks that I'm going to, because most of the tracks are on there that I'm racing at. Nashville, Five Flags, all of those tracks that I'm racing at, and the late models and legends are, it's a big tool, that's for sure.
Talk to us a little bit about your schedule this season. You are running, I believe, for Joe Ryan race cars as well, if I'm not mistaken, but you're running legends and late models. Tell us a little bit about what the schedule entails this season.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm racing full-time at Nashville in the Rackley World Pro Late Model. Right now I'm third in points with 4 races to go. We have a race this weekend, actually. Racing full-time there. I'm racing full-time at Five Flags, which I'm leading points there with 2 races to go in the Pro Late Model. I'm racing part-time Cars Tour, part-time Montgomery. I'm racing all over the South this year in the late model, and then I have some legend car races as well later on in the season on some dirt tracks and stuff. So I'm really excited.
So Dawson, tell us about starting out in a legend with those cars and the little hard skinny tires, and then you jump up into a late model with something with a little bit of rubber underneath you. How exciting is that, and how hard is that transition for these people out here who want to, say, start into something?
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy how hard those little cars are. Like, just looking at them, you think they look so silly, but oh my gosh, those things are they are for sure hard to drive, and they're so good to start out in. Because if you can drive one of those things, you can drive anything, honestly. And then, you can run on dirt, asphalt, road courses. You can run on anything in those cars. And, I raced for Joe Ryan, which was a great race car team, and had Ron and Candace over there helping me and Joe. So, they're really, really unique race car. And, they're hard to drive. They taught me everything. They taught me basically when I got into the late model. I kind of already knew what I was doing. So, they're a great tool.
If you were talking about the tracks you're racing in the Southeast, if you had to venture anywhere else in the country to try to chase a championship at a track, which one would it be, do you think?
I'd say for sure my favorite track is probably IRP. Yeah, it's different, but I've played iRacing there. I went there last year for the truck race. It's just a really cool track because, you can run up against the fence, and it's really racy. And I know they race late models there, too, so I might be, I'm not saying anything about it, but I might be running there in a few weeks maybe.
That'd be awesome.
Who are some of the guys that maybe run either on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, depending on the series, that you look up to and that you try to really mold your racing career after?
I'd say for sure, Ron. The one that I really look up to is Josh Berry. I've actually got a good amount of help from him. He helps me a lot. He ran for he ran a late model for a Rackley War and the Snowball Derby last year. So, I venture out to him and ask him questions, and he's one of the best in the late model scene, so he knows everything about every track. He's been to most of these tracks, so he's definitely one. Willie Allen. Willie Allen's a great driver, and I can talk to him whenever I want. So, there's a couple of them that I really venture out to and just ask questions from, these late model guys.
So, Dawson, I'm a big open wheel fan. Are you? Do you anything in open wheel interest you? Modified, sprint car, something like that?
I'd love to go race a sprint car or open wheel car eventually. It's just all about opportunities, and maybe I'll get an opportunity someday to go race a sprint car. That'd be awesome. I watch all the sprint car races every night, just looking at it. They're fun to watch. Super racy. I want to venture out to do some dirt stuff maybe. I'd love to do some of that. I just, got to get some opportunities, and we'll see.
Talk to us a little bit about what it's been like learning from the likes of Ron Hornaday and Austin Theriault.
They're just great people. I can venture out to them and ask them questions, especially Ron and Candace. Candace is such a great mentor off tracks. He helps me, and I wouldn't be where I am without him. Ron, he's helped me in racing in general. Whenever I raced legend cars last year, I could go talk to him and ask questions from him. Like I said, Candace just helps me so much off track. She's a great person to ask questions from as well, from the off track scene. And yeah.
I know that it's far-fetched to think as far ahead as it is, but would you like to be in a truck or in an Xfinity car? Obviously, I assume the answer is going to be yes, but do you see your career going that direction sooner than later?
Yeah. My goal is to make it. My goal is a Cup Series, but I know that's not going to be easy in any terms. I want to race a truck maybe next year. Maybe race some truck races next year. That's the goal. Just I want to race supers by the end of the year. Some super races by the end of the year, and then just focus on the pro late right now. That's basically maybe some ARCA stuff.
Yeah.
So Dawson, you got to be having fun doing this, right? You're loving it, and you're still enjoying it. You don't want to get the bad stuff getting into your blood, right? You having a good time?
Oh yeah. I love it. I'm new to it. Most of these kids started when they were 4 years old, and I started a year and a half ago, but I love it. Like, it's just one of those things. It's so addicting, and, you just fall in love with it, get hooked on it.
Oh, yeah.
So we are speaking with Team Hornaday development driver Dawson Sutton joining us. Dawson, talk to us about some of the folks who help the operation, the wheels spin, some of the sponsors on the car. You've already mentioned one or two of them, but tell us about the folks who are helping this process roll.
Yeah, it's really just my team, especially in late models right now, since I'm running late models. My team, Rackley War, they help me. Everybody over there just works so hard day and night to get the cars ready. Like this weekend, we have a car running. I'm running Nashville. My teammate, Connor Zillis, is running Hickory. Matt's running a truck race at Richmond. So, they just work day and night just grinding to get the cars ready. And there's just so many people that help me over there. And then the legend car stuff, just Ron, Joe, Candace, Billy, everybody over there helps me so much. I'm excited to even maybe get into the legend car stuff a little bit later in the year. They're just a great tool to get in and, try out. They help you so much, even for the big car stuff.
People want to learn more about you. Can they find you on the social media channels? How do they find out more about you?
Yeah, Dawson Sutton Racing, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, everything, Facebook. It's Dawson Sutton Racing. That's the place to find me.
Excellent. Been speaking with Team Hornaday development driver Dawson Sutton here on Miles on Motorsports.